discuss the chapter nutrition, the most important and the first topic in the 10th class, right? Nutrition means what? In the lower class, you people learned that already. Nutrients, right? Carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals, fats, and roughages. These are considered as nutrients, right? And when all the nutrients are considerable amount present in the food material, it is called balanced diet, right? So when these nutrients are, what are the importance to our body and how they will be working and what are the functions of it, right? So intake of nutrients, intake of nutrients, intake of nutrients is called nutrition. Intake of nutrients is called nutrition. Generally, we are taking any kind of food material. That food material contains minimum 2 or 3 kinds of nutrients. So, whatever the food we are taking inside is nothing but we are intaking of nutrients. That intaking of nutrients is called nutrition. So, this nutrition method is not same in all the organisms. So, based on the type of food material they are taking, the nutrition is of two types. One is autotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition. And another is heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition, right? Autotrophic nutrition, auto in the sense of self, right? The organisms preparing food material by themselves without depending on any other organism, right? Organisms obtaining food by themselves. Organisms obtaining food material by themselves without depending on any other organisms. So examples of this kind of nutrition performed by an organism is a plant. Plants are the organisms which comes under performing the autotrophic nutrition, and also photosynthetic bacteria. Photosynthetic bacteria. Right? So autotrophic nutrition means organisms obtaining food by themselves without depending on any other organism. Examples are plants and photosynthetic bacteria. Coming to the heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic means quite opposite to that of autotrophic. Right? Obtaining food from other organisms. Obtaining food from other organisms. Obtaining food from other organisms. Examples of the organisms performing this kind of heterotrophic nutrition, from fungus to mammals. From fungus to mammals, all organisms are comes under heterotrophic nutrition performed by the organisms, right? So this is a basic type of two types of nutrition, autotrophic and heterotrophic. So heterotrophic nutrition is there are few types are there. One is parasitic nutrition. Parasitic nutrition. One more is saprophytic nutrition. Saprophytic nutrition. And third one is holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition. Parasitic, saprophytic, holozoic. Parasitic nutrition in the sense of the organisms which are living in host cell. Living in host cell. One organism living in other organism. For example, there is a kind of bacteria, E. coli bacteria present in the small intestine of humans, and humans which synthesize the vitamin B12 and supply to the humans, right? So even though that bacteria is inside the stomach, we are not getting any kind of a problem, and it's a kind of a symbiotic nature also, because bacteria synthesis the vitamin B12 and supply for us, and we are providing shelter and food for the bacteria. So this is a kind of nutrition called parasitic nutrition, obtaining food material from host organisms. Parasitic nutrition, parasitic, so saprophytic nutrition. Saprophytic in the sense of organisms which obtaining food material from dead and decay matter, obtained from dead and decay matter. Dead and decay matter. Organisms are obtaining food material from dead and decay organisms. And generally we are knowing that organisms of fungus and bacteria, after the death of plants and animals, they are decomposed by bacteria and fungus present in the soil, right? So that is comes under saprophytic nutrition. Later, holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition we can see in amoeba, for example. Amoeba. When you see that the organisms obtaining food material from outside the body directly through the body surface. For example, if you see that the amoeba, if you see the amoeba body, if the amoeba find any kind of a food material, it directly enter the body through the body surface. Through the body surface. Means the digestion will not occur outside the body. When the food material enter the body, the food material forms like a food vacuole, and the digestion of the food occurs inside the food vacuole. So this kind of solid materials when directly enter through body surface is called holozoic nutrition. This is also comes under heterotrophic nutrition, right? And coming to the autotrophic nutrition performed by the plants. Autotrophic nutrition. So autotrophic nutrition performed by the plants is called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. We'll see that. Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a kind of a nutrition performed by plants. Generally, we have written the plants are performing autotrophic nutrition. The autotrophic nutrition performed by plants is called photosynthesis. Here we can find the two words are there. One is a photo and another is synthesis. Photo means sunlight. Photo means sunlight. Synthesis means to prepare or to make. Prepare or make. So plants are preparing food material in presence of sunlight. Plants are preparing food material in presence of sunlight is called photosynthesis, right? So generally plants are performing photosynthesis by using some factors. So some factors are essential for performing the photosynthesis. What are those factors? Those factors are classified into two types. One is external factors and another is internal factors. External factors and internal factors. External factors, carbon dioxide and sunlight. Carbon dioxide and sunlight comes under external factors, whereas water and chlorophyll comes under internal factors. However, plants require these four factors for performing the photosynthesis, right? One is external factors, another is internal factors. Carbon dioxide present in the air, sunlight coming from the source of sun, and here the water is present under the ground and chlorophyll is present inside the leaf. Okay, so these two are comes under internal factors. These are called external factors, right? Okay, actually this complete process of photosynthesis, there is a specific definition for it. There is a specific definition for photosynthesis. That's nothing but give the definition for photosynthesis, it's one of the most important definition in the examination point of view. One is photosynthesis is a photochemical process. Photochemical process. Photosynthesis is a photochemical process in which simple inorganic compounds converted into simple inorganic compounds are converted into complex organic materials. Complex organic materials in chlorophyll of green plants, in presence of sunlight. Right, this is the definition for photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a photochemical reaction in which simple inorganic compounds are converted into complex organic materials in chlorophyll of green plants in presence of sunlight. So whatever the four factors we have discussed earlier, is a simple inorganic compounds, right, are converted into complex organic materials, where it will be converted in the chlorophyll of green plants. To be converting, some energy is required. That energy they are obtaining from sunlight. So this is the definition for photosynthesis. Initially in the 1931 Mr. C.B. Van Neel formulated the entire process of photosynthesis in an equational manner. That is CO2 plus H2O gives rise to CH2O plus O2 plus H2O. Right? This is the equation formulated by Mr. C.B. Van Neel in 1931. Right? Okay, C.B. Van Neel initially done this experiment to know that how oxygen is liberated. So during the process of knowing the facts of liberating oxygen, he used the H2S in place of H2O. Hydrogen sulfide he used instead of H2O. So whenever he used H2S, oxygen was not liberated. Oxygen was not released. Right? Okay, then after several years, the another scientist who is nothing but Robert Hill. Robert Hill done the experiment with water, and he formulated that complete formula of photosynthesis. We should know about the Robert Hill's equation regarding the photosynthesis. 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O gives rise to C6 H12 O6 plus 6 O2 plus 6 H2O. So external factor sunlight will comes over the arrow, and chlorophyll is an internal factor, so that we are writing below the arrow. Right? This is what the complete formula given by the Robert Hill. That's nothing but 6 carbon compounds, 6 carbon dioxide molecules plus 12 water molecules combines and form the glucose. This is nothing but a glucose, and oxygen, water. And they can be performing the entire process. We have written already in chlorophyll of green plants. It comes under internal factors, so that we have written here in presence of sunlight. So sunlight is the source of conversion of inorganic compounds into organic compounds. This is the equation given by Mr. Robert Hill.